Representative Walsh, the long-awaited 2017-2019 capital budget was approved last week. Can you tell us a little bit about that budget?
Sure. The capital budget's one of the three main budgets we have in the state of Washington. The primary one, and the one most people think of, is the operating budget, and that keeps government going in its essential functions. But we also have two particular budgets, and those are transportation, which obviously is maintaining our roads and bridges and such, and then the capital budget, or sometimes called the capital construction budget. And the capital budget takes basically the state's financial borrowing power by issuing bonds and uses it to raise money to fund what are usually local infrastructure projects. So it's a way that local governments, counties or cities or other local jurisdictions, can kind of use the state's borrowing power and capacity to help fund their local projects, also infrastructure. Some road work, some buildings, and schools. A lot of the capital budget money goes to school infrastructure projects, so actual building of school buildings and upgrading and things related to that.
And can you tell us why this is a big win for the state and also for your district?
Sure. The capital budget is important, well, for construction jobs, for one thing. It's a major source of construction activity. And in some areas where private sector construction is already booming, maybe it's not such a big deal, but in areas where private construction market is a little slow, these public projects can be a big activity. So it's good to sort of prime the pump that way and get some construction work and building work going. Specific to the 19th district, we really did very well in this recent construction budget, capital budget. We have a lot of projects. A couple that really jump out right away include a couple of marina dredging projects. The marinas in Westport and Ilwaco along the coast had deferred a lot of their dredging maintenance, making sure those channels into the marinas were nice and deep and your bigger commercial boats could get in and out easily. They had deferred that maintenance for really quite a few years now, and the channels started to fill up and not be deep enough for the bigger boats to come in. And really it had gotten to sort of a crisis point, and we were able to allocate some of that capital budget infrastructure money to the projects of dredging out those channels so that we can keep commercial activity going on at those marinas, which is critical. A couple other things. There were a couple of specific school building projects that were covered by the capital budget, particularly the South Bend School District needed a new elementary school, and that was included there. And then a handful of smaller projects that are important. There's a shooting range in sort of northern Cowlitz County that wasn't quite large enough for local law enforcement to use as they're continuing education and certification training on using firearms. So they had to go far away, down to Vancouver or up to Tacoma, to get their certifications done every year or so as they need to. Well, we're going to fund some improvement to the public shooting range in Cowlitz County, make it bigger, make it a little larger and higher quality on some of the ranges, and it will then meet the standards for law enforcement to do their certification shooting. They won't have to go so far away. The shooting range itself is in Cowlitz County, but it can serve the law enforcement agencies in the region and save them a longer trip to go and do their certifications. And there are other smaller projects like that, but each of them help the area in their own way. The entire delegation of legislators from the district were very happy with the capital budget. We got a lot of good projects in there, and so you're going to see some good construction going on and some improvement and development going on, and that's what the capital budget's all about.